Welcome to this new publication and course, which is an introduction to the technologies of action at a distance. I like to call it also Magic of the Future, for reasons which I'm going to explain in a few minutes. In other words, this is not just another introduction into what most people think is magic, or what magic is supposed to be, nor has it much to do with the run-of-the-mill book of magic, where at first you find some talk about what the author thinks is the spirituality of magic. It's technology, no less and no more. Then maybe somewhere between the pages 10 and 20, the Tree of Life, and after that some quite elaborate descriptions of rituals, of magical sigils or magical symbols, of magical chants, magical ceremonials, and so on. In fact, magic existed long before the invention of the Tree of Life or any other one of those, quote, ultimate systems, unquote, or any other so-called esoteric system, secret or otherwise. In fact, secrecy as practiced by many magical or esoteric lodges, religious groups and other outfits quite often is a very effective method of brainwashing followers into rigid principles of some preconceived and non-provable doctrines, and at the same time making them believe that a typically very limited set of instructions and knowledge that is offered by such an outfit is the ultimate wisdom there is. Quite naturally, this type of approach does not just happen in so-called spiritual circles. It's also in mainstream science a lot, as I'm going to point out later. In fact, most of the powerful magicians on our planet do not even know the Tree of Life or any other one of those civilization-bound ultimate truths. Such lack of knowledge, quote unquote, does not inhibit their power at all. It does this as little as it did in the past, long before the invention, say, for instance, the Tree of Life, which is but a relatively simple, I almost said primitive, attempt to explain the vast set of human experiences and to explain it according to the mode of thinking which was mainly prevalent during the time when this model was created, namely in the Middle Ages. At the same time, though, this model can be a very powerful method when used magically. The problem only arises if such universal symbolisms, like this one, are understood as mappings, theories, whatever, with the help of which one can explain, quote unquote, all there is. Such an approach, in fact, is just as primitive as the approach of so-called modern physicists who assume that they can explain all there is based on one and only one energy form that they know and accept. And the never ever proven assumption that the laws of physics are the same throughout the universe. In fact, we are going to work with two known forms of energy, and I'm making the daring assumption now that there are many, many more forms, and primitive humans or primitive human brains simply are not even aware of them yet, cannot be aware. We need to evolve as a species.